This is the BMW i5 M60, a car from BMW that sits between the i4 and the i7. And as you can see, BMW have gone full-on executive travel mode with this i5. It's sophisticated, it's sleek, it looks great in black. And let's see exactly what this car is all about. Shh. This is Arnold Clark YouTube channel. I'm Duncan Vincent. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you never miss a notification from us. The front of the i5 makes you see straight away some key sleek features that BMW have built into this. For instance, they're still very much concentrating on keeping the car smooth for its aerodynamic efficiency, being an EV car. And also, I've talked a lot about the BMWs. I do like the new kidney style grille. I love that. It looks like the butterfly. Remember I said that in the BMW iX1. You can catch that video if you have a look in the top of the screen just now. But I also like the light that goes around the outside of it. That's a really cool thing that BMW have brought to it, a new feature. And when we talk about lights, we've got to be drawn to the headlights. The BMW LED individual shadow line lights, the detail in those lights and just how bright they are at night is something pretty special. Also, listen to this. That sounds pretty lightweight to me. And that's another key feature that BMW are using. They're trying to keep the weight in these EVs down, and I would hope so, because look at the size of that bonnet. Let's take a look at some of the key features down the side of the i5. The 20-inch M-Aero black alloy wheels is one of the first things that you notice really does jump out at you. And the red calipers on this car, front and back, that's standard. We've got the M logo here, and it jumps out at you because of the black sapphire colour that this car has. And M, well, they've put some special parts on this car. First of all, carbon fibre top to the door mirror. That's part of the carbon pack that this car's got. There's a few other little bits we'll pick up as we make our way around. Blind spot detection and a nice welcome light which comes out from the door mirror when you open the door. Sleek door handles which are in the side of the car. They're flush against it for aerodynamic efficiency. And look how deep that privacy glass in the back is there. Almost as dark as what the XM was. There's a 5 embedded in the side of it as well because it is the i5. And your charging flap is nice and easy to get to at the rear of the car. The back of the i5 doesn't have that much to shout about because it's kind of sophisticated, but what it does have is the M60 logo. It has the i5, and it's the same light pack that's on the front from the Shadowline design. There's a diffuser down the bottom, and there's also a very cool little carbon fibre spoiler, which we mentioned ties into the carbon pack. There isn't a light bar, but that doesn't matter. And there's also no swipey to open the boot, but I do have a glamorous assistant with a key. And inside here, we have got 490 litres of boot space, and as you can see, there's also through loading. Underneath the boot floor, you can store your cables, and you can also close the boot with that same key button by just pushing it twice. Just like that. We find ourselves inside the i5 now, and this is where you really see and feel the comfort of this car. First of all, I've managed to get my seat in the perfect position, as it takes quite a while for me. And I've got a footrest, so I'm happy with that. Good thing about the seating position is you can actually store them on the door here. There's a couple of options for you to have option 1 or option 2. So when you get in, load up your profile, it will go to your exact settings. Typical BMW with nice easy to operate windows and mirrors on the door panel, and you can also open the boot from in here as well. Unfortunately, there is no matting or carpet inside the door pocket, but that's just a tiny thing. The steering wheel itself, it's a leather interior steering wheel. The actual interior itself is made from vegan leather or veganza. Don't think vegan leather is actually a thing. And it's a smoked white finish in here. Quite a nice finish. But the wheel itself, quite a big girth in that, quite a chunky wheel. And it also has a racing stripe at the top of it, so you know exactly where the top of the wheel is. For a pretty unracy car, it gives you a nice little touch of racy feel. The dashboard is huge, it's nice and sleek, it's quite extensive as well. It gives you everything you need to know from the car, from the charging and the power output, also the amount of battery you've got left in the car and your miles on the bottom of the screen. Right now it's telling me there's one person sitting in the driver's seat, and that would be me, and I don't have my seatbelt on. But I click that in just now, and you also notice that you get the lovely BMW finish on that seatbelt that we've seen before. Centre console has some big storage in the middle here with a charging point, and then you come to your actual control panel here, which I've driven quite a few BMWs in the past, but I do like this one. The actual control dial for changing your apps and having everything on your infotainment looks like a bit of a crystal. Really, really classy, cool finish that BMW have put in that. Push the My Modes button for us and it takes us to our selections. We're in Sport just now and you can see the nice red finish that I have across the dashboard. That does change with each of the mode you choose, and you also get the Hans Zimmer effect, which comes in through the lovely Bauer and Wilkins sound system in here. There's a lovely aluminium finish on the dashboard here as well, which goes right round into the doors. Lovely that BMW have put that in as well. Cool to see. And there's quite a big glove box in there as well, but ultimately once you're in here, we're in expressive mode right now. You get to feel the comfort that this car has got. Looking out the windscreen, nice big heads-up display which is easy to see as well. And up here, yes, we've got a vanity mirror which is cool, but we've also got our digital BMW key and that can be stored nice and neatly away in there. I don't want to get out of this. It's as simple as that. This is so comfortable. I can't wait to drive it. But before we drive it, we've got to jump in the back and have a look at just how much room there is in there. As we make our way into the back of the car, first of all, well, it's super comfortable. That's what you do notice when you're back in here. Legroom is good, headroom is fabulous. And you could just sit back and look out that panoramic sunroof for days and watch the world go by in pure comfort as you get driven about in your BMW i5. There's a good sound system in the back here, Bauer & Wilkins speakers, and there's also an iPad holder in the back of the seat with a USB-C charger at the top, USB-C charger in the middle, and touch screen controls for the climate in the back here for the passengers. What do you think of that? That's very cool, very sophisticated. Nice tint on the privacy glass as well, and the roof lining goes down the pillars and across the parcel shelf anthracite. Really nice, really tidy, great to touch, great to feel. As you notice, there is also a nice area for your arm, drink rest holder in there as well, as we have shown you through loading already. And you've got ISOFIXes down here. But yeah, this is a cool place to be. It's nice and comfortable, exactly like the front. I do notice a nice bit of lumbar support in the back here as well. BMW have really worked away to make the back of this car as comfortable as the front. Let's go and drive. First impressions of the i5, this version, the M60, is wow, what a car. It feels very similar to the i4 in a way, yet it's got subtle differences, the size of it. You don't notice it feeling naturally bigger on the road, even though it is 5 metres long, 2 metres wide. The first thing you notice is the girth in the steering wheel is a lot bigger. It's quite a chunky steering wheel. It makes you think that you're in something that is quite big and quite powerful. It's also got this paddle at the side here, and when you pull that paddle, you go from the efficient mode that we're in just now, straight into speed boost mode almost. And when you accelerate, good grief, do you notice it? Pins you to the back of the seat, but also you get the Hans Zimmer sound effects inside the car. And for a split second as you're accelerating, it feels like you're in a big roaring V8. And the power also feels like you're in a roaring V8. You may have heard that little noise in the background there. Yes, that's because I was doing 31 miles per hour in a 30, but we've come back in to the official speed limit zone now. I like that, it's quite good. Lets you know if you're going that little bit too fast. In-town driving, it depends which mode you want to set yourself in. I'm loving the expressive one just now. As you can hear in the background, possibly there's just a little bit of a sustained orchestra note just going across. The more you accelerate, the higher the intensity of that note becomes. But it's also a little bit like you're about to look out the window and see a man in a mask staring at you. So that's one of those tense moments in a movie. But the car is large, okay? It's 2 metres wide, it's 5 metres long, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels very nimble when it's driving. Ooh. As we accelerate through the traffic lights here, again, super light steering wheel for such a big car. Nice and easy to manoeuvre around a very busy city centre. One thing that would have been nice, they've had Hans Zimmer do the sound effects for the car. If you could have just done something with the indicator note, a couple of cellos barking away each time you have the thing ticking, that would have been pretty cool. But in the real world, the indicator ticks fine. It doesn't upset you at all. Some people get really upset by the way the indicator tick sounds. Not me, nice and cool. Sorry. Motorway driving right now in a restricted speed zone because it's roadworks and busy. Visibility is fabulous in this car. It's got big pillars at the front here, but they're quite narrow big pillars, if you know what I mean. They don't take away any of the visibility at the front of the windscreen. The door mirrors are huge, as we stated earlier on. And we don't get too much wind noise back from the car either. I was quite concerned that the mirrors might give you that. Road noise on a nice smooth road surface with these big, low profile, wide tyres and wheels, it's okay, as we have a bit of debris coming off the back of a lorry and we miss it. It has got cruise control, and right now we are on cruise control. We're sitting at 50 miles an hour in a 50 zone, which means I can just relax as I'm driving along, which is really nice. The heads-up display again giving me all the information that we need. And this is definitely a driver's car. This is something that you won't get bored of driving, but whenever you're on a motorway, whenever you're in the city as well, which we've done a bit of that driving, it is comfort and it's quite rewarding to drive. I've said before, it is a big car, big to look at, doesn't feel big to drive. For your £105,000 to buy this car, you get 601 brake horsepower. That comes through a dual motor system, one on the rear wheels, one on the front wheels, and it's got 795 newton meters of torque, which effectively it could pull the side of your house. It's that strong. When you put it in sport mode and you ask for some of that, it unleashes it with an absolute ferocious bang. Pins you to the back of the seat, makes you feel alive, but not in a 50 mile an hour zone. No Duncan, no. Tempting though. 50. 50. So as we drive along the road, it's so quiet. Everything is nice. It's like we're doing a wildlife programme right now on the Motorway in Scotland. You can put round about 100 miles worth of charge in this in 10 minutes on a DC charger from 0 to 100 miles. That's quite good. Good going, that. Good figures. We're about to pass a distant cousin of the i5. It's an X5. Unfortunately, it's behind your camera, so you can't see it right now. But we're passing an X5 xDrive 30D. Let's see if there's a bit of BMW love in town, okay? As we drive up alongside, let's see if we can just get a little wave here. How you doing? So let's see if the BMW love is still in town here. As the big X5 comes up alongside its somewhat smaller cousin. Yeah, he likes it, gives the thumbs up. Nice. BMW love. If you drive this car sensibly and you limit your excitement through your right foot, which is very difficult, you're looking at around about 320 miles of range. If you drive it a little bit more spiritedly, like somebody in the driving seat today, you're probably going to get a little bit less than that, but only just a little bit less. 0 to 62 in 3.9 seconds. Assume the position. Sport mode, engaged. Head on headrest, enabled. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, bang. And there we go. Good Lord, that's quick. The rewards when you drive this car and you do accelerate, keeping within national speed limit, is something just a little bit special, like this. Yeah. The i5 M60, who is it for? Is it for the executive who works in the city who's looking for a nice car? Is it for a family who would maybe like to drive away because it's got a longer range? You can certainly fit a big set of golf clubs in the boot of that boot. It's big enough for that. You could also probably fill it up with some camping stuff. And because it's quite good and easy to charge, and with Arnold Clark rolling out their charge network soon, you could book it in when you're away on holidays as well. Or is it for somebody young who's looking for a big EV vehicle to show that they have done pretty well in their young life? Who knows? But what I can tell you is, if you drive this car, you will have hours of fun. You'll have an endless smile playing with all the trick bits that are in it from every single mode. I seem to be attached heavily to sport mode, but then I do like the Hans Zimmer effect that comes through the Bowers and Wilkins speakers in all the other modes as well. BMW really have thought long and hard about this, and they've not created a monster, they've created a bit of a masterpiece. Okay, we've been driving in sport mode and it's got to that point in the afternoon where you just need to kind of unwind and relax. So into relaxation mode, and it closes the roof. The panoramic sunroof is no longer open or visible because they're trying to dampen the darkness inside here and make it nice and chilled out. A lovely low murmur comes through the car when you accelerate. It's still fast, it's not slow, but it's all just nice and pleasant. Not too pleasant so you won't drift off, but it's just a little bit more sedate than the sport mode. We also left with 64% battery. Now we've been driving about for a good hour and a half now in all sorts of modes, predominantly sport mode, and we've got 45% battery left, 115 miles in the range. That's pretty good going actually. And remember, if we do get it right down to 10%, we can find a DC charger, put the charger in, and we could have a good chunk of power back in it in 30 minutes, up to 80%. The time has come for us to go home. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit sad, but we need to go and stick a little bit of charge in it because it's never nice to leave an EV that you've been given a shot off low on charge. It's not right, it's not cool. Let me show you something really cool while the car's on charge. It used to be a bit of a drag for people standing about with nothing to do. Not in the i5. Just watch this. Weapons, weapons hot, give me weapons. Oops. Whoa, underneath everybody into turn one. Good move, let's get instant nitro. Whoa, I think there's been a big crash behind us. Is this an easy mode? Oh my goodness. Instant nitro, lots of coins collected. More coins please, more money. Oh, good. Come on, little baby boy. Oh no! Woohoo! Yes! Back onto the motorway, little tweak from the blind spot detection triangle in the door mirror there as we had a Hyundai trying to come around the outside of us, and another good safety feature. You see that very bright in your wing mirror, and it's very easy to know there's somebody alongside you. But motorway driving is where this car really does come alive. Again, you're looking for cruise control, you're looking for 70 miles per hour, and you're looking to relax and just keep up with the flow of the traffic. Now I use Apple CarPlay, it's what I like to use for planning my routes and going through all my music and whatever else I do. But the infotainment system in this, especially the navigational system, is very good, very clever. If you put in a destination for wherever you want to go, it'll highlight charging points, whether a DC or AC charging points in the way, and it'll give you an estimated time of your complete journey if you have to charge. So it's very, very clever as well. Right now, as I set the set of traffic lights, if I was to turn left, then left again, I'd get to a DC charger, and it says it's available right now. But we've still got 40% battery, so we're okay. Okay, let's do a reverse park now with the BMW parking assistant. Park up, we've got a space over my right shoulder. Push reverse, it comes up start parking reverse. Here we go, monitor surroundings, release the brake. I've done that, and here we go. Cross the fingers and into the spot we go. This is incredible. Golf cart next to us, BMW, there's an Audi over the other side, it's an Audi. I tell you what guys, that's as good a job as you could want. Please stop, please stop. And there we go, we're in space, just like that. All I do now is select drive, and we can go away. Now who parks better, Dunk or BMW? Let's have a shot. See if I can get in there in one smooth movement. Back we come, over the shoulder. Oh, I'm a little bit tight to the Golf. I think we're both the same. Good stuff. Parking was never my forte. I hope you've enjoyed this review of BMW's fabulous i5 M Sport 60. It really is a joy to drive, and it's something that you won't get tired of. Trust me, there's so much involved in this car with the infotainment and all the different modes that you will never get bored. But let us know exactly what you think. Like and subscribe to Arnold Clark YouTube channel, hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us, and let us know some comments in the box below. I've been Duncan Vincent, and until next time guys, safe driving.